Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Controversial Podcast. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Madlanga Commission, the commission of inquiry that was established by President Cyril Ramaphosa because of the explosive allegations that were made by the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, General Lieutenant Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. So far, it's very interesting what is happening there in that commission. Mkhwanazi did not come there to play. He's exposing everybody. Yesterday, he exposed the SAPS Minister Senzo Mchunu, Cyril Ramaphosa, the parliament. He's coming for everyone, I'm telling you. And it's about to get interesting because we shall see what's going to happen after this commission. Is South Africa going to get justice? We don't know.
I'm opposed to mention something that perhaps I did not include on my statement, that upon receipt of this WhatsApp message with a letter, the first point of contact was to engage the Chief of Staff at the Minister's office. Mr. Nkabinde is a well-known individual to me. I personally called him, understanding that there can never be any letter signed by the minister that does not pass his desk, or at least pass his hand. So I asked about it, whether is he aware, or maybe it's just a fake letter that is created by someone and is circulating. So I asked him if he's aware of such a letter that is disestablishing the team. And his response was yes, he is aware of the letter. In actual fact, his words were, the letter has been going back and forth. Someone crafting it, sending it to the minister, has been corrected. Eventually, it was put under pressure to dispatch it to the Office of the National Commissioner. So the letter, as I saw it, it's a correct letter that was signed by the Minister of Police.
The general is exposing everybody there, spoke about the challenges that he had faced in KwaZulu-Natal with regards to the political task team, and he stated that he spoke to Ramaphosa. He informed Ramaphosa about the challenges that he was facing, did not only stop there. He then spoke to Ian Cameron so that he can invite him in that SAPS committee. Ian Cameron is the chairperson of that committee. So he said, thanks to Ian Cameron, who has welcomed him and also invited him in that committee. It was in March where he exposed Senzo Mchunu and his associates, the likes of Brown Mokhotsi and Vusimuzi Ketmatlala, and the political task team disbandment. What happened? They did not do anything about it. That's why he opted to go public about this explosive allegations. The leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, the CIC, Julius Malema, was now bashing the man, who's now angry at General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Knew about these allegations. After that briefing, that 6th July briefing, the tea was really hot. What did Malema do? He saw an opportunity to garner support from the public. That's just my observation. And was like, I'm supporting Mkhwanazi even though he knew about these things. Because he's an opportunistic guy. He likes to talk about what's trending. He just wants to be relevant, but he was exposed because it seems like he's no longer supporting General Mkhwanazi. Now, I want us to look at this letter that was drafted in December. People were pressured. We had your general speaking there. There was back and forth in drafting that letter because allegedly our SAPS minister, Senzo Mchunu, wanted to disband the political task team. Okay, it's funny to me because he did this thing in December. He knew everybody's on vacation, especially the senior leaders. He knew that they're on vacation. I'm just gonna quickly finish this letter so that I can do my work, so that I can protect my cadres or my associates, because it's his associates, even though he's denying. In March, remember, when he was asked about Brown Mokhotsi and also Vusimuzi Ketmatlala, he denied knowing them. Then the next thing, after Mkhwanazi's allegations, he came out and said, no, I know Brown Mokhotsi is not an associate. He's just a comrade. Lying to people again. Why couldn't he say, no, I know him, he's my friend, We do shady things together, but he still denies that he knows Vusi Muzi Ket Matlala. Through News 24 allegations, we have learned that Vusi Muzi Ket Matlala is also friends with Bheki Cele, the former minister of the SAPS, was friends with this criminal. You know, he tried to get a bail yesterday and he was denied bail. Apparently, there's 18 cases that were withdrawn, and it seems like him, Vusi Muzi Ket Matlala, and that other criminal who unalived or who masterminded the unaliving of DJ Somebody, what's his name, TK Molefe, is apparently friends with Vusi Muzi Ket Matlala, or they know each other, especially when they are doing their shady dealings where they are deleting people like it's nobody's business. So I just want to read this letter. I just want to refresh your memory and see what the letter was saying when Senzo Mchunu was disbanding the KZN political task team. What he actually stated there. You know, it's very painful because when they drafted that letter, the National Commissioner of the SAPS, Fani Masemula, was on leave. That man, Fani Masemula, was on leave and was not aware of this letter. How can you draft a serious letter like that, disbanding the whole political task team that was established by your president, President Cyril Ramaphosa? How can our national commissioner not know about that? Senzo Mchunu is just gonna go there at Madlanga and lie to us, and I'm so irritated by that lady who keeps on asking questions to General Mkhwanazi. She just wants Mkhwanazi to doubt himself, but Mkhwanazi is standing on business. He's very articulate, he's very professional, he knows his story. I'm talking about a man who started working in 1993, so he knows his job. This man cannot be lying about these allegations. In fact, it's proven that these are just not allegations. There's evidence. We should stop saying no or it's allegations. No, there's evidence. But for the sake of law, we're going to call them allegations. But there's evidence. You know, it's so painful what is happening in South Africa because the whole president knew about these syndicates, knew about drug cartels, he was informed, and he did absolutely nothing. You know, it makes sense because his nephew, Maumela, was also involved in the Tembisa hospital scandal. You know, he got tenders there and he was actually given 426, I'm not so sure about the number, I think it's 426 million rand. If that is very close to a $250 million. That man chowed a $250 million because we don't know if he's been getting tenders to other departments besides the Department of Health. Maybe he has chowed more than $1 billion ever since President Cyril Ramaphosa took over. They will not tell us that. It makes sense. There was no sense of urgency when Mkhwanazi came out. Ramaphosa took the whole week and he said he was out of the country. He'll talk about it once he's in South Africa. I'm not so sure whether he was in Spain or in Brazil. When he came back, he waited and went to Didi Mabuza's funeral. He didn't attend what Mkhwanazi was saying. Those allegations were very serious. Like, it's a man who didn't care about anything. So yeah, it's painful. I'm just gonna read this letter to you guys so that you'll understand what was happening, what that letter stated. There's an address of Fani Masemula, and the letter reads as follows. Dear General Masemula, directives on matters relating to crime intelligence, parts of entry and the political killing task team. I trust this correspondence finds you well in this festive season. In the past few months, towards the end of this year, 2024, I have made observations on a number of important aspects on the SAPS and policing. For purposes of this letter, I'm focusing on the three aspects that require very urgent attention to address some of the challenges at hand. Filing of posts in the Intelligence Division. All processes to file vacant posts in the division should be halted immediately. This applies to all posts in provinces, including those of provincial heads of intelligence that are currently vacant. It also applies to all posts currently vacant at head office. This should be the position until substantive discussions between the minister and the national commissioner take place sometime early next year. 2. Ports of entry. It is common cause that all South African ports of entry are managed by Border Management Authority with SAPS playing a critical role in the same space, which cannot be overemphasized. In line with this role, SAPS personnel impact and efficiency should be reviewed from time to time with an objective of enhancing their role in improving security in the country's ports of entry. I, in terms of Section 2072, direct that you develop a new plan in this regard and present it to the next ministry. To the next Ministry Management Executive Committee meeting later in January 2025, key reference points to include but not limited to the following. 2.1, a comprehensive analysis of the current challenges of security in the ports of entry and exit, the SAPS perspective. 2.2, a comprehensive operational and remedial action plan based on policy of rotation of staff members, among others. 3. Political Killings Task Team. In 2019, a directive was made to the National Commissioner of Police following the Morane Commission report, even though not flowing directly from such that inter-ministerial task force to be established. The key mandate was to stop or investigate or resolve unresolved matters of politicians in the country, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. My observation in this regard, as indicated above, is that further existence of this team is no longer required, nor is it adding any value to policing in South Africa. I therefore directed that the Political Killings Task Team be disestablished immediately. Further, that a preliminary report in this regard be submitted to the Minister by the 20th of January 2025. The final and closing report must be submitted to the Ministry Management Executive Committee meeting late January 2025, the date of which will be communicated as soon as possible. Yours sincerely, Minister of Police, Mr. E.S. Mkhunu, Member of Parliament, dated 31/12/2024. He then signed that submission. There is the letter the general was talking about. So we are in a serious problem in South Africa. Actually, the country is collapsing. Anybody who's against General Ndlela Mkhwanazi is a criminal, in my view. Why would you not want to have a country that is safe, a country that is free from corruption? If he was really serious about this matter, President Cyril Ramaphosa was supposed to deal with this matter when he was informed by Ndlela Mkhwanazi. But no, General was very prepared. He came with his water bottles there. He did not play. And I think he should protect himself. There was a man who was trying to shake his hand. The General was like, no, no, no. My safety first. I don't trust you. You all are criminals, in my view. You all are criminals. I can't be shaking hands with the criminals. I don't trust these people. Let me know in the comment section. Let's not be emotional. Let's discuss this on the comment section. Let's build a community that is respectful. Thank you. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.